where my head was for me not to see how round her belly was. Looking at her, I said, something isn't right with your stomach. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Lyric back on the tube with another video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Whichever side it's on, like this video, comment below. So today, as you can tell from the title, I always say today, tonight. I'm doing video at night. Tonight, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to talk about the time that I didn't know my mom was 7 months pregnant. So before y'all are in the comments talking about Lyric, how dumb do you have to be to not realize your mom is 7 months pregnant, da 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 da, don't come at me, for one. For two, I wasn't with her. So it was back in 2014. I was in college, you know, it was my freshman year. Well, I had just graduated from high school the first in May of 2014, and then I had that summer, of course, and then I moved into my dorm room at Northern. I moved into my dorm like August 2014, end of August 2014. So she moved me in, right? Okay, so she was pregnant this entire time, had no idea. If you trace back, give me a second, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, May. Okay, so she had, this is like gross to think, but 9 months back from December is March. So she was pregnant when I graduated from high school. And I had no idea, obviously. But yeah, she was pregnant when I graduated from high school. She wasn't, obviously, I mean, she was probably about 2 months when I graduated. So I couldn't, you don't really show at 2 months like that. She was really emotional on my graduation day, but I mean, I was her first child graduating from high school, so I was just like, okay, you're just emotional because I'm graduating from high school. I'm your first kid. She moved me into my dorm room in August, and of course, very emotional because she's moving her oldest daughter into her college dorm room. So, I mean, she was pretty much crying. She was crying a lot, but my mom's emotional. I'm emotional. So it's like I didn't really think anything of it. I get a text, I want to say, I don't know, I went home in November for Thanksgiving break and I moved into my dorm in August. So I get a text between that period of time and they say it's somebody that, I think it was my old high school coach. I can't remember if it was my old high school coach or if it was somebody I just went to high school with and they just saw my mom. But they texted me and said, hey, Lyric, is your mom pregnant? No, she's not pregnant. She would have told me if she was pregnant. She's not pregnant. So, you know, initially, I'm like, no, there's no way she's pregnant. But then I thought about it, and when I really thought about it, I said, hey, you know, that's something my mom would do. She got 6 other kids, so I'm like, maybe she is. So I text my mom. I said, Mom, are you pregnant? She said, no, exclamation, exclamation. So I'm like, okay, so I just didn't think anything of it. I go home for Thanksgiving break. She came and got me. I don't really remember where my head was for me not to see how round her belly was. We had went out of town. We went to the mall, and I was just looking at her. I said, something isn't right with your stomach. My mind didn't go to, oh, you're pregnant, because she wasn't that big. Like, we're tall people, so when we gain weight, we gain it in our stomach. So when she just was a little round, I said, oh, maybe you've just been eating a lot of chicken, you know? I didn't really think that she was pregnant, so I just didn't think anything of it. And then we're on our way back. We're in the car talking, and I don't know how we got on the subject of her being off for a certain amount of days, but she like just brings it up and she says, hey, like, you know, I'm going to be off for a while. I'm gonna be home like when you're come back for Christmas break. And I'm just looking at her and I'm like, why? And she said, you haven't noticed? Noticed what? She said, I'm pregnant, Lyric. What do you mean you're pregnant? What do you mean? I was so just You know, I would lie if I didn't. I would lie if I said that I was happy when she said that. I was not happy. It was just confusion and shock and just, I was upset and all this other stuff. And I just looked at her. I said, Mom, why? Why? I said, you have 6 other kids. And she always joked about the whole Kate plus 8 and everything, how she wanted enough kids to have her own TV show. But I didn't think she was serious. And I felt bad because she did tell me, because we got to talking and everything. And I was like, Mom, why wouldn't you tell me that you were 7 months pregnant? And she said that it was because I said that I wouldn't come home if she got pregnant with another child. And yes, that sounds bad. But listen, I wasn't, okay, so a lot of people had come to us in church, not a lot, just a couple, had come to us in church and asked me like, hey Lyric, what would you do if your mom got pregnant again? And I said, point blank, I'm not coming home. And I said that, and I was joking. You know, if you know me, you know that I can be pretty dramatic. So I just wasn't, I said, I'm not going to come home. I was joking, but I think I was probably really serious at that time, that my mom really just thought that I genuinely would not come home if she got pregnant with another child. So, you know, she told me that's why she didn't tell me. I felt bad, and I understood. She was just out here pregnant, and I had no idea. I was 3 hours away at college, was not seeing her, so I was just baffled. I just did not understand. And then, oh, let me tell y'all the breakdown of how. Okay, so let me tell y'all how I knew she was 7 months pregnant. Okay, for one, she said Christmas break. Why Christmas break? Like, Christmas break? I said, how far along are you? She said, well, I'll be off in Christmas, so about 7 months. What? That, you guys, that really just threw me all the way off. I went back to school, and me being 18-year-old I am, I was being really selfish about it. I said, I'm in college. You can't be having all these kids. You got to pay for me to get through college. You're paying for me to get through college, and you having another kid out here? Like, I was doing too much. That was 6 years ago. But I was telling this story at work just recently, and honestly, I was thinking about just how crazy it was. And I said, hey, I need to do a video on this and just like do a little story time, because it was just so crazy. And my mom always wore these heavy baggy shirts. My mom just always wears just baggy shirts. It's not to hide anything, it's just because that's what makes her feel comfortable, and that's just how she is. So when she was wearing those heavy baggy shirts all the time, I didn't think anything of it because that's what my mom wears. So she got me. She got me. If y'all need tips on how to hide a pregnancy, ask my mom. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you guys, that is the story time of how I didn't know my mom was 7 months pregnant. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment below, and I will see you in the next video. All right, thanks. Bye. I said thanks. Bye, y'all.